soul with it. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Dialerix TV back with another video, and I would like to discuss with you all some comments that were made by the Ringers' Chris Vernon, who was also in studio with Kevin O'Connor on their The Ringers NBA Show podcast. Chris Vernon made a few statements regarding the Lakers' recent struggles and how awful they look versus the Boston Celtics, getting blown out by almost 40 points. He spoke about how the Lakers are missing a piece that can actually make them better. He spoke on how weak they are at the wing position and how his buddy on Twitter, Lakers Film Room, critiqued the Lakers' lack of physicality in the paint versus other bigs, and how you seen that versus the Celtics with Enes Kanter and him sort of having his way. He spoke about how the Lakers can make some mid-season changes and adjustments if they want to be able to have a chance at defeating the Los Angeles Clippers in the postseason. Kevin O'Connor then stated how he thinks the Lakers would be well served by supplementing in some tough guys, and how he sees the Los Angeles Clippers being their toughest competition. He says the Clippers will only get tougher, and basically how the Lakers are soft like Charmin and my Kobe voice, but stated that LeBron James will get physical and turn it on in the postseason during the playoffs. That's when Chris Vernon then agreed. Then he spoke about how he would feel more confident in going into a face-off versus the Clippers with Robert Covington, opposed to going to battle with the current wing players on the roster. And here's his quote. He says, "It's not like LeBron isn't playing physical now. He's playing really good defense compared to what everybody thought he was going to be this season. He was solid last year defensively despite the reputation that he had. This year he's been pretty good on the defensive end of the floor, hustling hard, taking charges. He's playing tough. I just think it's the other guys on the team. They don't have a lot of hard-nosed wings. You know, Kuzma is a talented offensive scorer, and he shot well on spot-up threes, which is what you want from him, but he's not really that defensive player in one-on-one situations or with crashing the board. And a lot of their other guys are smaller, whether that's Avery Bradley or Danny Green. These guys at the wing position aren't that physical presence, which is why for them it's so interesting to think about what they could or maybe should think about, because you threw Robert Covington's name out there. Because on paper, a Kuz for Covington trade construct, there could be more pieces around those two, but the meat of the deal was Kuzma for Covington. That deal on paper in a vacuum may not look good for the Lakers because Kuzma is so much younger, because Covington is older, because he isn't dynamic as much offensively. But with the context with the Lakers, Covington is a hard-nosed defender. He is a better contract in the sense of he is locked up, his restricted free agency is coming up soon, and he's going to want to get paid. On the court though, Covington can contribute without needing to have the ball in his possession as a spot-up shooter. He could be somebody who just makes the simple play, attacking and close out. Kuzma has those explosive plays, but I'm not sure it's going to matter as much as the postseason when you're going to have LeBron and AD just absorbing most of the offense. I would rather have the guy who's more of a reliable defensive player like Covington. I don't know what the pieces around it would look like, but it's from a philosophical standpoint from the Lakers. I think finding someone like that, whether it's Iguodala, whether it's Covington, or whoever else it may be, is the utmost importance, because if you do get in a physical, tough playoff series, having as many of those guys are important. He went on to speak about how he feels the Lakers should reconstruct their bench and that there is better fits in the league, and how people around the league feel that Kuz would actually fit better elsewhere. So if you guys would like to listen to the entire podcast, the link is in the description box. But listen, obviously Chris has been repeating everything that I've been stating about the Lakers for the past 2 months, and obviously people would rather hear exactly what I'm saying, not from me, but from NBA analysts and NBA experts, which is beyond me, because if I hear someone with somewhat of basketball knowledge speak on the game, and he's had a pattern of being right, but he's also been wrong as well, and he can admit that he's wrong, which we all are wrong at times, I'ma at least listen to what that person has to say before I let my emotions get in the way of my judgment, especially if a person state these things before it actually happens. Then an analyst comes out and repeat exactly what he stated and what he has to say, okay? But boy, oh boy, I tell you, I'm just so thrilled to hear that NBA insiders and NBA analysts speak about the same exact issues that I've been addressing when it comes to the Lakers. I just stated in a video that if we plan on competing with the Los Angeles Clippers, who have two of the best elite wing defenders in the NBA in their primes, I mean probably two of the best wing defenders the NBA has seen at this super high elite level since Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, who I'm sure Jerry West had in mind when he assembled this Clippers team. Defense wins championship. You know, I stated as well that the Lakers are missing that toughness, that fight, that killer, that dog mentality that teams need. You know, like Ron Artest, Draymond Green, Charles Oakley, Dennis Rodman, Patrick Beverly. The Lakers are missing that. I think fans tend to get too enamored by highlights and growing up in the Steph Curry and James Harden era, seeing players score big numbers. They believe that it's just all about scoring points. But Mike D'Antoni is living proof that you just can't outscore teams to win. You need defense. The Warriors were such an offensively potent team, but what also made them great was their defense. They had elite two-way players such as Klay Thompson and Andre Iguodala, both Harrison Barnes and Klay Thompson on the wings, with Draymond Green a former defensive player of the year. You know, Steph Curry was a small guard, but by having those elite defenders, you can hide him on defense, you know, with Andrew Bogut in the paint. And we don't even have to elaborate on Kevin Durant when he joined them, okay? But if you can remove your fan emotions and just analyze the game properly, you can see that the Lakers were beating up on subpar average teams in the start of the season because teams didn't have a chance to scout the Lakers, watch film, study their strengths and their weaknesses, what sets the Lakers like to run, and other things like that. But when it came to facing the elite championship caliber teams, we're going to need to elevate and improve our defensive presence if we want to destroy the Clippers in a 7-game series, okay? Now, me as a diehard Lakers fan, I remove my biased opinions, which gives this show integrity, right? Byron Scott went on Undisputed and was just stuck in the past, okay? Just still thinking it's the 80s. I mean, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't bring a bottle of Jerry Curl Activator moisturizer with him on the set, because he was talking like he was still in the 80s by saying things like, you know, we're not even going to mention that team's name across the hall in the Clippers, and the Lakers are better, saying that it hurt losing to the Celtics, and this, you know, talk about the whole rivalry and things. Listen, bro, it's 2020. We have to come to reality. We're not in the past no more. We need to acknowledge our flaws as a team so we can get better. We can't continue to lie to ourselves. We have to correct our problems so we can put ourselves in a position to win an NBA championship. And listen, I've already said what I needed to say about Kyle Kuzma. I don't need to keep talking about it, but I'm telling y'all, like, I really hope that if the Lakers don't trade Kyle Kuzma, I really hope that he could become the mega superstar that y'all truly believe that he will be. And if we keep Kuz, who fans are raving about because he so-called stopped Russell Westbrook, now I want Rondo to tell Kuz to do the same exact thing to Kawhi Leonard and Paul George in the playoffs and see if he has the same outcome and result, okay? But if it doesn't work out, okay, and if we don't make any moves, I don't want to hear no complaining about Kuzma from this point out. No complaining. I don't want y'all to say anything negative about Kyle Kuzma from this point on. We're stuck with him. No complaining, okay? I agree with Chris Vernon that the Lakers will feel more confident going up against the Clippers with another great wing defender, whether that's Robert Covington, Andre Iguodala, or like I've stated over and over, Marcus Morris, who is very aggressive and a great two-way player and proving his value with the New York Knicks. We have to do whatever it takes to keep Anthony Davis happy. Robert Covington is a proven two-way player, you know, who will give us a better shot versus the Clippers. He's an all-NBA first-team defender. Just adding Darren Collison won't make us favorites. You know, we need to improve our defense to the highest degree, period. You can't have your cake and eat it too. It's now or never, people. Now or never. But anyway, y'all get in that comment box, like, share, subscribe. I'm out.